Hey, what's going on everybody? So today we're going to be tying one of my favorite little nymph patterns. It's called the French Tickler. I'm tying it on a Moonlit ML052 in a size 14 with a 8th copper tungsten bead. I like to oversize my beads on my nymphs just because I like to help them get down. The body color, the thread we're going to be using is a rusty brown in a 140 from UTC. So we're going to go ahead and we'll lay down a base back towards the bend of the hook here. Okay. Next, we're going to take some Coq De Leon tailing fibers. This is the medium pardo. I'm going to grab a little bundle of these guys. And we'll tie them in. I like to tie them in about the length of the body. So right there ought to be perfect. Just give that a couple of wraps, just double check, and then we'll capture those fibers forward towards the bead. I like to fold those extra pieces back, tie them in for durability. It's probably unnecessary, but just kind of a anal retentive thing that I do. So next we're going to use some ultra wire in small copper. We'll tie that in just behind the bead and work it back towards the bend of the hook, like so. Okay, now we're going to work our thread back forward on this pattern, back to the bead. I'm going to go ahead and whip finish it so I can use the rotary on my vise. And we're going to rib this fly with the wire now towards the bead. Once you have done that, we are going to capture that wire with a few turns of thread and helicopter it off. Now we're going to go ahead and whip finish off the rusty brown because we're done with that. Trim off our thread. Next we'll grab a UTC 140 in red. Put that on. And for our little dubbing ball we are going to be using Ice Dub UV Shrimp Pink. Go ahead and work the fibers onto the thread, building yourself a good dubbing noodle. Like so. Go ahead and wrap that on behind the bead there. I like to have a nice thick little ball, and then I'll go over it once with the thread to just really capture it down so it's super durable. Now the next step, we're going to prep our CDC fiber. We are using a pink CDC. I'm going to put it in my magic tool here so we can create a soft hackle with the CDC. So I pop it down in the tool, trim off my edges, and then I take the clip and separate those fibers. Next I'm going to go through and I'm just going to trim off that stem that runs down the center, pick some of these fibers out. So I have about a nice little cluster like that. While we did all that, our thread was unspinning. So what that allows us to do is take our bodkin and kind of flatten it out a little bit, and then I'll separate the thread with the bodkin so that I can insert the CDC fibers. Once I've done that, I pinch right below and I'll spin my bodkin so that it starts getting tight, weaving all that in. Once it touches my fingers, I pull down and it'll spin all those CDC fibers in to the thread. Then I can just wrap it on, building out my soft hackle, like so. And then build yourself up a little red collar and whip finish the fly. Like that. Okay, trim off our thread and we are done. That is a tungsten French tickler.